Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be why you feel like shit. Well, one of the great things about life is that pain, whether it's emotional pain or physical pain, is life's way of telling you that something is wrong and you need to change things. And I'll give you several examples from my own life, because when I was a young kid, I've talked about this all the time, how I grew up in a totally fucked up, emotionally cruel, just emotionally dead family, basically, where nobody expressed any affection. There were no hugs, there were no I love yous, not only from my parents, but their parents and all of their brothers and sisters. They were just, everybody's a bunch of cold fish. And so it just totally, when I was younger, I was totally emotionally fucked up, and I didn't know how, I was not comfortable in my own skin. But one thing that I don't know what the moment was, but at some point in my childhood, because things sucked so bad, and my childhood really kind of sucked, and I really didn't have a lot of fun. I always was looking forward to growing up and becoming an adult and getting the fuck out of the house and moving away from my parents and my family so I could create the life that I always wanted. It was funny, my dad, we've talked about this a lot over the years, and he said, I was the same way when I was he says, I remember when I was 18, I couldn't wait to get the fuck out of my parents' house. And so I realized that I had to follow my heart, and I had to follow my intuition. I had to follow the things that I really wanted, because I grew up in an environment where things sucked so bad and I was so unhappy that I just made the distinction that unless I'm doing something I really truly love in life for a living, and I'm hanging out with the kind of people that I really want to hang out with, I'm not going to really be happy, because I spent so much time hanging out with people that just fucking made me miserable and were mean to me, and I was basically got the shit beat out of me, and I never got told, hey, good job, I'm proud of you. I never heard anything like that. And that has always been a gift, because I've looked at the environment I grew up in, and I've used it as a gift and something that was positive and empowering to me to pursue my dreams. And so I remember when I was in my early 20s, like when I was working a job and I just got to the point where I didn't have the same enthusiasm, I wasn't as excited internally as I once was, where I was actually going to work, and I was getting to the point where I actually hated getting up in the morning, because my parents were doing that a lot, and I listened to them complain about it. And I certainly didn't want to be like them. And so I just decided that, hey, it was time to move on. And I looked for a new job, for a new company, or a new venture, a new industry, or maybe a different city to move to. And so I learned very early on that it made me a lot happier to pursue the things that I felt good about, and to move away from things that just were not fun and were not fulfilling. Because here's the kicker. Human beings will do more to avoid pain than they will do to gain pleasure. And so most people, in their efforts to avoid things that are uncomfortable in life, they'll just stay in a mediocre job, or they'll stay in a mediocre relationship. Or that's why they won't go and work out. They won't start an exercise program or start eating healthy. Because if you've got physical aches and pains in your life, it's either because your structure is out of alignment, or you're eating a really crappy diet, or you're not exercising properly, and so your body is just simply filling up with toxins. And as we age, and the preservatives and things that are in our food, and the sugars and the meats and all of those carbohydrates, when you eat nothing but 95% acid-forming foods and maybe 5% alkaline foods like green vegetables and things of that nature, the toxins just build up in your body, and you literally, as you age, you get to a point where your body can't deal with it anymore, and you literally start rotting from the inside out. And that's why I had one of my high school buddies just died last week. Great guy. He was like 43 years old. He was a year older than me, and he died of leukemia. And I mean, it sucks. He had great kids. Everybody fucking loved him. One of the nicest fucking guys you'll ever meet. And he's fucking dead now, because he never went to the gym, and he never took care of himself, and he had a shitty diet. His structure was out of alignment. But it's like, I can talk about these things till I'm blue in the face, but it's like, unless somebody is open to it, they're just, like I said, most people will do more to avoid pain than they will do to gain pleasure. And I just have completely changed the way I learned to think, and this is in large part to the things that I learned from Tony Robbins 20-something years ago, when I bought his Personal Power series of tapes, because it taught me what I was personally doing in my own life to sabotage my own psychology, and basically be like most people. And so pain, like I said, pain is life's way of telling you that you need to change things. When people hit rock bottom, that is life's way of saying that what you're doing is not working and you need to change things. And unfortunately, a lot of people are just simply unwilling to change things when it feels uncomfortable. They'll just numb themselves with medication. They'll go to a doctor or a psychologist, and I feel depressed, and the doctor gives them a bottle of pills, and so they pop Xanax or whatever, or they do drugs, or they drink excessively because it numbs away and it gives them escape from life and an escape from their problems, because most people just simply don't deal with this shit. They don't deal with their physical symptoms. They don't deal with the fact that they're not happy in their relationships. They won't read a self-help book, or they won't change their relationships. They won't get out of a bad marriage or a bad relationship, and so they just stay in the relationship and they make themselves miserable, and they never reach their full potential in life, because life is fucking amazing. I mean, you see me giggling and laughing and having this shit-eating grin smile on my face all the time when I'm talking in these videos, because it's awesome what I do. I love what I do. It's amazing that I can talk into this little piece of plastic and glass and circuits here, and I can put it on the internet, and I can help change the life of somebody that's on the other side of the planet who I'll never meet, but it'll completely not only change their life, but the lives of everybody that they touch and everybody they interact with. And I think that's fucking absolutely amazing. And I'm only able to do it because I move away from things that are painful and that don't feel comfortable, and I move away from toxic friendships and toxic people who are not helping me or not supporting me to reach my full potential. That's something to think about. So if you have a question you want to ask me, or there's a topic you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which is going to be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max detailing your questions, your situation, your challenges, and you just got to give me several days to get back to you with a response, because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot of it from my paying phone coaching customers, but I got to answer their email first. But be patient, and I will get back to you. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. And you can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which is going to be at the top of your screen. Just follow the instructions. And if you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, which I highly recommend, on my website underneath the email sign-up box will be a box that will have a link to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. Click that link, and it will take you to the download page, and you don't need a Kindle device to read it. All you have to do is download one of their free e-reader apps. So on the download page on the right-hand side is a button, and when you click that, it will open up a window where you can download a free Kindle e-reader app for your Android smartphone, your Android tablet, your iPad, your iPhone, your Mac, or your PC. It takes a matter of seconds to download and install it, and then after that, it only takes a few more seconds to complete the purchase of my book, and you'll be reading it in no time. And I will talk to you soon.